Hello everyone. Today I thought we could do a little bit of journaling at my desk, maybe today and tomorrow. I need to do some catching up in my anything and everything journal that I journal in daily. I need to add a picture here, and then I need to set up today, like add my stickers. And then I need to do some catching up in this journal. This journal is my note-taking journal for my reading. This is not replacing my reading note journal for the year. I have a reading journal that is an A5 binder that is my fun one that I decorate and has all of my reading trackers. Oh no. Hi, I love you. This is not replacing that one. This is just this is more note taking. And I need to write my notes on two books that I read. This is not it's not a decorative journal. The other one is like decorative and fun with fun tracking spreads. This one is just, I probably already said it, but like just taking notes. But I need to fill out my notes on two different books. This I think will be really helpful when I do my reading wrap up, when I make my videos for my booktube, because what I've done in the past is write my notes on a sticky note and have it with my book. But then after I finished using those sticky notes, I would throw them away. And I kind of wish I had those notes in a bound book. And I had this journal that I made a while back. I have quite a few of them. Betsy really wants to be on my desk. And I thought, well, I shouldn't buy a journal for this note-taking. I can just use one that I've made because it has a grid. I like the paper and it's small. I wanted something small. I didn't want a big notebook because I have my A5 for that. This one is, like I said, just for taking notes. So I'm gonna catch up on this, but before I do that, I want to set up my journal spread for today because I want to start writing for today. So let's start with that. All right, I worked in my everyday journal and I added Circe, this book that I read for quite a long time yesterday, for yesterday's picture. I need a picture for today. I do want to go back to adding like a picture each day because I feel like I didn't do that for quite a while. I just been adding stickers, which I like, but I miss pictures. So, and I blocked out this area and then didn't take a picture yesterday. So I was like, oh, I need to fill that with something. So I read this book and I'm really liking it, or I'm still reading it, but I do need to take a picture today. So I'm up to date with that. And then I wrote my reviews for those 2 books and I need to, well, I'm gonna finish another book today and write that review. But this one is very not perfect. Like I completely wrote the wrong synopsis for this book. I was like, wait a second, this is the wrong book. So I had to like cross that out. And like, yeah, this, I like this a lot, but it's definitely not perfect. I mean, none of my books are perfect, but this one's pretty far from perfect. And I do want to add a picture to the front, something book related, but I just haven't, nothing has like stood out to me. So I'm just gonna wait until I like find the perfect picture on Pinterest or something. But I have my reading journal, which will probably be something I work on like once a month at the end of the month, and it's the 31st. So this is an A5 ring binder. Let's see if I can make sure it's in frame. And I need to add my pictures for the books, the amount of books that I've read so far. So I have these little pictures. And I guess I need to erase the pencil marks. Some people like to do like bookshelves where they like draw the little books and then put the titles for all the books that they've read. And I like when other people do that, but I've tried in the past and I don't like writing the titles for each book. I would much rather have little pictures. I do think the bookshelf idea is super cute, but uh-oh, did I make these a little big? Let's see. Oh no, they are too big. Dang it. How did I mess that up? Okay, well, I need to reprint these because these are, these are much too big. Oh, what a waste of ink and sticker paper. Okay, I reprinted them. And now I think they're, well, no, actually they might be perfect. They look so tiny. And I have my Goodreads to make sure I put them in the correct order. The first book that I read was Brave New World. Ooh, they are a little small. That's just, we're going with it. They're just a little bit smaller than I thought. Oh, I should have put this one higher. Hold on. So I like to see all the books that I read throughout the year, and I like to see it, I prefer to see it all in one spread. So that's why they're so tiny, because my goal is 100 books, and they needed to be this small to be able to fit 100 books. And I don't want to write any ratings or anything. I just want to see the pictures. And to see if I actually make it to 100 or how far I made it. But I'm on track right now to reach 100. Oh, I was 2 books ahead like a few days ago. And then The Hunger of the Gods right here put me behind. But I always love getting ahead of the goal. And I was like, yes. And then I took one day off without reading. And then this book is so long and I have not been motivated to read it. So now I'm not ahead, but I am on track. This has not been a very good reading month, not gonna lie, which is a shame. I feel like I just do not have luck in January. I'm really hoping that February is going to turn this around, because I feel like, especially like January, like the start of the year, you should have a really good reading month. And I read some duds this month, but that's fine. There we go. This one was good. In Any Lifetime. I would recommend that book. Okay, some of these I have not finished, these two, but tomorrow, and I'm probably going to finish Circe today. And then The Hunger of the Gods, I'm just gonna, whenever I finish it, I finish it. I'm kind of waiting to get this like motivation to finish it. But so I've read 8 so far. I don't want to put Circe until I for sure finish it. But oh, I like seeing the little book covers. And this will look so cool when it's all filled. My 2026 books, I can check off some of these actually, because I read, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow for fiction, and In Any Lifetime. So I've read 2. Is that all? Yeah, I've read 2 of my 26 books that I want to read this year, which is pretty good for 1 month to complete 2. I have not bought any books. I've only been gifted books, and that might actually be a cool thing to track, but I don't think I'm gonna do that this year. I don't feel like filling out the A to Z challenge right now. I'm just gonna wait until that sounds like fun. Also this, I'd rather enjoy doing this. This doesn't sound like fun either, but what I do want to do is fill out, I know for sure that my favorite book of this month was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Oh my God, it is also too big. Oh my goodness. All right, I have one that fits. Nope. All right, I think I have the right size now. I need to save the size on Canva so that every month they all are the same size. Like the template. Come on, yeah. Yeah, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow was my favorite book of this month. Great book. Not like my favorite book of all time, but the best one that I read this month for sure. And I think I also have an area in my weeks. Did I do that? Oh, I did. For favorite, yeah, monthly favorites. Okay, so I'm gonna add, I have an extra one. So I am also gonna add it in here because I do want to continue to work in this. I need to, it's the end of January, I need to work in here. But I'm glad that I brought this out because I don't want to fall behind. Like once a month, I want to work in here. Like this, I don't need to catch up on. I can just, that's okay if I leave that until I actually feel like it. But I don't want to fall behind on this. And then I do want to create a January spread of my ratings, and I would like to have a spread of each of the books that I read by month and have them a little bit bigger and have it decorated. But I do not want to do that today. This is what I wanted to complete for today. So for my next video, I do want to set up February in my calendar since, oh my gosh, tomorrow's February. first. That's crazy. And then maybe I'll talk a little bit about some tracking and maybe maybe work in here a little bit more. We'll see. But I think that's probably going to be all for this video. Just kind of catching up on some journals. Yeah, that makes me happy. And I do want to have like a cover, not a cover, I don't know, like an introducing February into this book, like a page for February. So I want to look up some cool stickers for February because I want to go like really pink and red next month. But yeah. All right. I'm losing the sunlight. So thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.